What's up, guys? I wanted to hop on here real quick to make a little video about a really cool new feature in the new Line 6 Helix 3.7 update. They added a bunch of stuff, most of which I'm not going to talk about. I'm just going to talk about one thing today. But they added a new drive pedal that I feel like a lot of people have been waiting on for a long time, including myself, because it's a category of drive that's a little bit unique to itself, and people like it, especially in Nashville where I am, and it's kind of the sound. So what I'm talking about is the prize drive in the Helix, which is modeling a Nobels ODR-1, which is a classic overdrive that is really known for kind of the Nashville sound. There's a ton of pedals that emulate what it does and have been recreations of it, some better than others. I know there's a lot of people that like certain ones and people hate other ones, and there's guys who have original Nobles and say that nothing sounds the same, but original ones are very, very expensive now. So I obviously do not own one. I own a J-Rocket GTO, which is very similar, which is modeled, I guess, after the Nobles, and I'll A/B that with the prize drive as we go. But the main reason that I wanted to make this video today was to show that there's finally a drive in the Helix universe that really does the low gain, mid gain thing kind of better than all the other ones. I think the struggle that the Helix overdrives have had is that they're generally pretty good at high gain, bigger sounding drives, but when you want a more touch sensitive, more guitar sensitive sound, they kind of fail, and they don't really come across as nice or as sweetening to the sound as some real overdrive pedals do. So let's get into it. Okay, today we're going to start with, you heard, my Fender Road-Worn Telly with Novak pickups in it. Eventually we will switch to the Bluesman Vintage for some humbucker sounds, just so you can hear the difference, especially since this has the low cut option in it. All the sounds you're hearing are direct out of my Stomp through a Princeton emulation, the US Princess, through one of the stock cabs, which is the 112 open creamback, and a little bit of spring reverb, and a little bit of compression at the end of the chain in the Helix, just to kind of glue it together a little bit. But nothing really squishy. You're not hearing any Dynacomp level compression. So here's what the guitar sounds like clean. It's neck pickup clean. And then prize drive. So this is drive on 2, tone on 8, level at about 6, and bass cut is on. So here we go. So I'm going to play a few things and really try and vary my picking dynamics so you can hear a little bit of how it sounds and how it reacts to that kind of playing. I'm not going to change any of the settings that I just mentioned on the drive itself. So it sounds really good. It feels really good under the fingers. It feels very natural. It feels similar to my GTO, which we'll get to in a few minutes. But let's hear what it sounds like if I start to bring the drive up, and let's hear what it kind of gets into with some heavier sounds. So this is the drive on 5, and I'm bringing the volume down just a little bit, and I'm not going to change the tone. That's still on about 8. All right. So here's what we got. Sounds really nice. That was still all neck pickup. Let's switch to the bridge pickup. And here's the clean sound. Get a little bit more of the Nashville sound. And let's hear what this sounds like. Still drive on 5, tone on 8, level at about 5. It can really do all that, and again, that was at 5. So let's crank it up one step farther. We'll put the drive on, say, 7.5, and stay on the bridge pickup and hear what we can get out of some heavier noises. This is still with the bass cut on. That's been on the whole time. I will turn that off in a second so you can really hear the difference. So this is clean bridge pickup, and with the prize drive in a heavier setting. Sounds nice. Let's hear, the only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to turn the bass cut off, and we're going to notice a pretty significant amount of low end that is added back. Now I'm going to play those 2 chords with the bass cut back on. And then off. And both sound really good. I think it will depend on kind of your guitar choice and amp choice and all the other things of whether or not that works for you. But either way, I think it sounds really good. The tone, they call it spect. I think spectrum is probably what that fully stands for. Control, it's just tone. It probably is doing something slightly more nuanced than that, but it's a tone knob. I've thought I've kept it at about 8, given where everything else is on my signal chain, but it's very reactive and it sounds really good all the way through. You can make it real dark if you've got a super bright guitar, maybe a Jazzmaster or a Strat or something. But overall, I found that was a really nice place to sit, so I just left it there. Let's try it with some humbuckers and see how it sounds. Okay, so this is my Bluesman Vintage sedan with pickups from them, just dual humbucker, pretty standard. They are much hotter pickups than the Tele pickups were, so that will be a pretty nice difference. So I'm going to put this back on, let's say about 3 for the drive, on the prize drive. And we'll stay on the neck pickup just to start, and let's see how we sound. So here's the clean signal. And prize drive. So currently I have the bass cut off. I'm going to go ahead and put that back on, especially for this guitar with the higher output and the more low-end information that's there. And let's hear how just that sounds. Cool. So let's go to we're just going to jump straight to a higher gain. So about 7.5. Bridge pickup. Here's bridge pickup with no drive. Low cut is still on. We're going to leave that on. Levels at about 5. And here's with the prize drive. Yeah, it sounds great. It really kind of does the Nobels thing. So last thing I want to try is just kind of A-Bing that between the only other Nobels clone that I have, which stays on my board, which is the J-Rocket GTO. So I have that set pretty low right now. So we'll stay in the bridge pickup. So we know our clean signal. Here, clean signal. And here's the GTO. Okay, I think the gain may be a little lower on that than it is in the prize drive. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna bring the GTO up a little bit. Try to get those closer. And back to prize drive. The volume of the prize drive up just a little bit. Seems like the GTO has a little bit more mid-range. Let's hear what they both sound like with some pretty significant gain. Okay, and then back to the prize drive. Yeah, that sounds great. So overall, just between those two, so that's not a real comparison between a Nobels and the prize drive, but it's the two options I've got. Seems like the prize drive has way more gain on tap and a little bit more scooped mid-range, which is nice. Sometimes the mid-range kind of girth in the GTO is good for filling up a mix or like cutting in a way that you want it to, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes you don't want that. Overall, I really like the prize drive. I really like a bunch of the other stuff that they added in the 3.7 demo. I think they've added some cool amps, some really nice pedal platform amps, and some different options for us to use. So if you have other questions about guitar things, gear that you want me to talk about, then leave it in the comments and stick around for more videos. Like and subscribe, as always, helps me out and helps me grow the channel and gives me more of a reason to make more videos. So thanks a lot.